Today we are going to be ranking every single tier 100 skin in Fortnite. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels, so I wanted to put a little bit of a spin on this video today. So it's not going to be like, hey, I like this skin personally. We might do that if anybody's interested, but I'm going to be judging them based off of how deserving they were to be a tier 100 skin. A lot of people have a lot of critiques now on Fortnite and the skins that they choose to be tier 100, not necessarily feeling like a tier 100. You grinded up to this point for this big bad skin. That's what we're going to be ranking them by. Not how much I personally like them. That's what we're going to go by, okay? Starting off with Omega. A lot of people love Omega with the armor upgrades, the light colors. Everything about Omega was really good. And honestly, I might move him up, but I'm going to start off with the A tier from Omega. Continuing on, the Mandalorian. A lot of people, myself included, have a little bit of an issue with the collabs being tier 100, and it kind of need to be like a special type of collab, and I don't know exactly what that would be to be a tier 100 skin, to be the most deserving of a tier 100 skin. The Mandalorian, I just wasn't feeling it, man. I'm going to put this one into the C tier. Doctor Strange. It didn't really fit the season theme, did it? Because we had the zero build theme, we had the war theme, and we've had Marvel seasons before, and it would make sense to have a Marvel tier 100 skin, right? Doctor Strange, in my opinion, felt a little out of place to be a tier 100 skin in the theme of the season that he was at. So, while I like Doctor Strange, the skin's great, I'm putting him into the D tier. Spider-Gwen. You know what's weird about this one? Because we have a Chrome theme season for Chapter 3, Season 4. The Paradise theme, everything going on with the 7. I just, for some reason, kind of felt like it fit. I have no idea why I'm saying that. I have no explanation behind that. I just think of Spider-Gwen, think of the glitch emote that she's doing, and then think of moving around the Chrome in Chapter 3, Season 4. I have no explanation behind that for you. This is going to go into the B tier. Now, the Ageless. This is what I was talking about. This is a tier 100 skin. This is something to grind for. This is lore heavy. This is the snapshot of Geno. This encapsulates the POIs that we've been fighting at the entire season, and you finally unlocked the Ageless champion. This is the best tier 100 skin that we have taken a look at so far. This is the most deserving tier 100 skin, and he is going to go into the S tier. Mizuki. She is also very fitting. You had a Japanese theme season. You have a ton of styles for her. You have the different mega styles for her. You can have a lot of variety for her. You have the name's escaping me at the moment, but the POI along with the story that was being told that season, it all fits. Mizuki belonged on that map. Mizuki belonged into the season, and she is a well-deserving tier 100 skin. I'm going to also put her into the S tier, guys, but I'm going to put her behind the Ageless champion. Optimus Prime. Didn't exactly fit the season theme, eh? We have Wilds, and I know that there was storyline, but nothing ended up coming from it. I love Optimus Prime. I love Transformers, but Optimus Prime didn't really fit the Fortnite Wilds theme. So this one is going to go into the D tier as well. I'm going to put him in front of Doctor Strange. Kato Thorne. I loved this tier 100 skin. I thought he was great, man. Everything about the heist theme, the vampire, the time machine, the Halloween theme that we've had, this was pretty good and pretty fitting in my opinion from a normal dude who, and you have some really cool styles to work with. A normal dude who was turned into a vampire, tons of lore behind it. This is a very good tier 100 skin, but I don't think it stacks up to the Ageless or Mizuki. I'm going to put him right behind Omega. The thing is, Omega is from such an iconic season, the superhero theme season, so I don't really have the same reasons. It's just well received within the community. Hades, also a really fitting tier 100 skin. You have the Greek mythology themed season. You have this big bad boss that you've been fighting, Hades, this entire time. He's completely fitting. Completely fitting. I'm going to put him... Do I want to put him to the S tier? Ooh. Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to put him right behind Mizuki into the S tier. Hades absolutely belongs. Shuri also belongs as well, but I feel like they could have picked a better tier 100 skin when it comes to Marvel-related characters. There's still a ton of characters that we haven't worked with. She's a good character. It's okay. It's just, when I look at Shuri, I think of a little bit more like a normal skin in comparison to a tier 100 skin. Does that kind of make sense? Very good skin. Not exactly tier 100 related. But it did fit the theme. I'm going to put her into the B tier ahead of Spider-Gwen, okay? The name's escaping me. It's the new skin. The new skin from the season. Everybody's calling her Goth Mommy. We have a crow item in this season. I like the style that she has. I think we need to expand upon the season to see exactly like how deserving of a tier 100 skin that she is. So I'm going to leave her at low B tier, okay? She has the powers. She has the style. Kind of makes sense, okay? Ragnarok. You had a Viking desert themed season in Chapter 1, Season 5. And when I talk about tier 100 skins, I love the progression here. You have the main skin and you can actually turn him into Ragnarok. Depending on how far in depth you want to look at what Ragnarok is. I don't know if Epic Games was thinking that far ahead. We just look into that type of stuff because of Donald Mustard. But you had the entire Viking village that people really, really loved. There was a Viking theme throughout the battle pass. And this was an appropriate build-up from that pass up to tier 100. And he ended up, you can have a base skin or a flashy skin. Very good tier 100 skin. I'm going to put Ragnarok also into the S tier. S tier, low S tier, okay? Lux. Everybody hated this skin. I don't personally like this skin either. Blackheart would have been better. You have a pirate themed season and she just didn't fit. Like, she has gold on her, but there was better options for the skin. I will say I don't think it's as bad as Optimus Prime and Doctor Strange, so she's going to go into low C tier. Ultima Knight. Does the job. Season X remix Knight skins were classic in Fortnite. A lot of people like using those Knight skins, and this is a big imposing Knight. This is a big tier 100 skin. I think it gets the job done. I think it's a good tier 100 skin going into the A tier. I'm going to leave him right there. Fusion. This is an interesting one because I really like the skin, and we would be switching this around a lot if we were talking about my personal preference for skins. But man, you have the entire story about the 0 point. You have the backpack with the 0 point. But at the time, we didn't really know what Fusion was all about. We just like, oh, it's a cool ghostly looking figure. But looking back on it, looking back with the black hole, looking back at the back bling, looking back at Fusion, it's not bad. I'm going to put this one into the B tier. I'm going to put it... Actually, Fusion's going to run the B tier, okay? Midas. This is what a tier 100 skin is all about. Just like I'm talking about with the Ageless. He is the main character of the season. He, at the time, was the big baddie of the season, the big villain we were building up to. Very clean. A lot of people like the set, and while the Midas skins aren't, like, for me personally, I don't personally like the look of the Midas skins. I don't like the golden touch and changing my wraps and stuff like that. Midas is an excellent fitting tier 100 skin. He is going to go right ahead of the Ageless. He's going to be the best tier 100 we've had so far. Eternal Knight. Eternal Knight kind of suffered in Chapter 2 Season 3 from not being in a Knight season. I love the skin. The edit style and the super style for it is phenomenal, and I use it a lot. But she doesn't exactly fit. We had cars, we had fire, we had a flood theme season. So, Eternal Knight is going to go into the D tier, right ahead of Optimus Prime. Fade. Oh no. Wasn't that the same season? Oh no. What's Fade doing here, man? I just looked it up. Fade is a tier 1 skin. Get out of here, Fade. I was like, oh no, what kind of happened over here? Let's continue on though. Iron Man, Tony Stark. It's fitting. Chapter 2 Season 4. We had a Marvel themed season and everybody was all excited about all of the new Marvel characters. Stark Industries update came. He became a main character in the story, participated in the live event. He's a very fitting tier 100 skin. I'm going to put him though in low A tier. No, I'm going to put him actually top of A tier. I think that's where he belongs. I don't think that he belongs into the S tier here, okay? John Wick. I know exactly or was he? Yeah, no, he was a tier 100 skin, okay, because it's season 2 that didn't have a tier 100 skin. Like, what? There's nothing to point to. But the thing is, the John Wick skin became so iconic that it almost just, like, made itself a tier 100 skin, if that makes sense. Like, every other character has reasons for being tier 100, and John Wick had, oh boy, it's John Wick. Look out for John Wick. That guy's a John Wick. And then this John Wick character ended up becoming such an imposing force on the battlefield. Now that's no longer the case. But back in the day, man, if you ran into a John Wick, I don't know how else to say it, but everybody, you'll have to excuse my language. Like, you were fucked. That is what most people would say about John Wick. Okay? He's a tier 100 skin. Oh, do I do it? Do I do it? The thing is, like, if he were to release today in the season that was OG Chapter 1 Season 3, this would not be this would not be an S tier skin. He had more impact. I'm putting him at the top of S tier ahead of Midas. He had more impact than any other character that we're talking about, okay? Let's continue on. Spider-Man. Speaking of impact, actually, we could talk a little bit more about that. Spider-Man wasn't exactly a season theme. The Daily Bugle was there, but the Spider-Man web shooters were such a fan favorite of the season. It was almost like a season that wasn't supposed to be about Spider-Man kind of turned into a season about Spider-Man. Spider-Man became iconic. He's already an iconic character. He kind of forced his way in. He didn't have the same force as John Wick, though. I'm going to put Spider-Man low A tier for that reason. The Ice King. When we're talking about skins like Ragnarok, when we're talking about skins like the Ageless, this is an imposing tier 100 skin feel. It was this character that we were talking about the entire time. I believe everybody's reaction to initially seeing the Ice King in the Battle Pass was, whoa, that's a cool skin. Something along those lines. And I don't want to hear it in the comments, the one person who didn't like the Ice King at the time, okay? I don't want to hear it. You're different. I get it. You're quirky. Okay? But the Ice King, it was just, it's kind of like Ultimate Knight in the sense where it's just a good tier 100 skin. Like, it feels like a reward tier 100 skin. That was a big boss character, okay? This one's going to go into the A tier. I'm going to put it right with Ultimate Knight, right ahead of Ultimate Knight. Vendetta. It's just a guy. It's just a guy. I get that there's a futuristic season and he had a robot suit. It just didn't hit for most people. He's going to go into the C tier right in front of Lux, okay? Rick Sanchez. I get what they were going for, the alien theme, and he didn't really take over that much. I don't have too much to say about Rick Sanchez, to be honest with you. He's also going to go into the C tier. I'm going to put him at the top of C tier, okay? Carnage. You know, he kind of forced his way in too. We had the Fortnite update. We had the whole spooky feeling of Chapter 2 Season 8. I just wish that they could have used another character in the Battle Pass for a tier 100 skin. The Cube Queen does a great job of like encapsulating that tier 100 feeling, but I'm glad that she was a secret skin. Carnage was okay. He was, you know what, guys, I have to move Rick up because he doesn't have the same problem that these ones had, where they didn't like almost didn't belong in the season. Yeah. But then again, Mandalorian? Nah, we're going to leave him a B tier, okay? Carnage kind of fits that same thing. I'm going to put him right in front of Spider-Gwen, okay? Darth Vader. Now, just looking at Darth Vader and the character that he is, the feeling of Darth Vader is there. The imposing skin, the iconic character. But he was part of Vibin. I don't think that he was deserving of a tier 100 skin for that reason, okay? Darth Vader, and I hate to say it, Darth Vader is going to go into the D tier. It had nothing to do with Vibin, okay? We're putting him right behind Eternal Night. Actually, we're putting him behind Optimus Prime. Doctor Strange in the war theme season with the 7 is just so unfitting to me. And I know you can draw the lines. I know you can draw the lines. Well, like, all of the wars that Doctor Strange was a part of. There was nothing about Doctor Strange that was making me feel Doctor Strange when I was playing Chapter 3 Season 2, okay? Let's continue on. Valeria. Good looking skin. Fitting skin. Lore behind it. Deserving tier 100 skin. Good skin. I'm going to put her into the A tier. I think I'm going to do... Now, the question is, where do I want to put her into the A tier? I think she does a better job than both Ultimate Knight and Spider-Man, Ice King, Kato Thorne. I'm going to put her... Excuse me if you could hear that super cool guy in his super cool car over there on the road, okay? But anyways, Valeria's going to go, in my opinion, right behind Omega, okay? Megalodon. Like I was talking about with the Ice King, this is a tier 100 skin. This is the guy running wreck. This is the Lord of the Wasteland, and he made you feel his presence. This, he had the nitro in him. He was partaking in a live event. Everything about the Megalodon, and when you saw him on the map, he was just, he's fitting of a tier 100 skin, okay? Megalodon is absolutely going into the S tier. I'm going to put him right. I'm going to put him behind Midas. Like, that is a solid tier 100 feeling skin, guys, okay? The Night Rose, also very fitting. Everybody liked her. Good looking skin. Played a good part in the story. Was on the map, like, and you actively had to participate with her. She felt like an imposing character on the map. I thought she was great. And I'm going to put her into the A tier. I'm going to put her, actually, she's like a Valeria level, but I think a little bit behind. So I'm going to put her right behind Valeria over here. Now, excuse me, I fixed my OBS settings, guys. I have to make myself a little tiny. You know what? Or we could do This? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? One of those two. Please let me know what you guys prefer in the comment section down below. I can move around my face cam now, okay? Anyways, Sub-Zero. It was okay. Mortal Kombat was kind of welcomed on the map, but I would still like to see something else be a tier 100 skin for that season. He's going to go into the B tier. Actually, low B tier for Sub-Zero. Dire. The feeling of Chapter 2 or Chapter 1 Season 6. It had a big emphasis on Halloween. There was a really long Fortnitemares that time around. Playing on the Little Red Riding Hood thing. I thought it was fitting. I thought it was a good tier 100 skin. A lot of people loved Dire at the time. Very underrated skin nowadays. And when Dire dropped, like, people were thinking it was the coolest skin ever. We're going to put Dire right ahead. Like, guys, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. He's with Omega. Influence was good. A lot of people loved this. A lot of people were really satisfied with his tier 100 skin, and it encapsulated a good feeling within the season that it was introduced in. Finally, Spire Assassin. The Spire was here. Primal was here. It has a 0-point feeling to the skin, and the season was really 0-point related. The Spire Assassin, she had her own weapon on the map too. Like, tier 100 skin, fitting tier 100 skin, big flashy character. Took a while to unlock, was on the map. It's fitting, okay? But I don't know where I want to place her. I'm going to put her into the A tier, actually, low A tier, okay? So, I did not think that it was going to go like that when I was making this video, that I would have John Wick from OG Chapter 1 Season 3 as the best tier 100 skin, but here we are. If you're interested in hearing where I would place these based on the skins that I like, then let me know down below. And in the meantime, why don't you check out the 5-hour compilation we made. I think it was 5 hours. Regardless, it's hours of tier list content. If you guys want something to play in your background, listen to, I would appreciate it. I talk a lot about tier lists, and I love doing so. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Take care.